Okay, welcome everybody to RWB Racing once again, Super Formula Series 2020 Season 2 at Fuji. I'm here with Vasco and Cody. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, hello. How's it going, Chris?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Well,
And
we're
Cody, how
here
you
on
doing?
this. I'm doing good. I am enjoying this lovely day over at Fuji Raceway, and I am itching to see some racing.
Yeah, man, for sure. We got lots going on with our stream. Everyone's gonna see some new stuff today, so bear with us as we work through it all. But first, before we get started on the race, I want to kind of go over what was going on with the last race. So looking at pardon me, my throat's stuck. Looking at from our previous race results, that leaves us with um, all of our drivers stacked up with Sheikah being number one in the points. Man, congratulations! So,
Yeah, well, it's too early for congratulations there. We're only what 9 races in.
yep,
Yeah, and 20 points between first and fifth. That's a second place or a do not finish, really.
yep,
Yeah,
yep. So it'll be a good race as we get through all this. So got Sheikah, Presidio Dog, Francisco, and Turbo and Night Kid in the top five on the leaderboard before this race begins. And let me switch over here to our team points. So currently Alfa Romeo is still in P1 with BWT Williams and Alfa Tori. In 2, 3, 4, with Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari following up. Uh,
And
the
of course,
last
with
race was that?
AlphaTauri in fourth place.
Yes. Did I miss that one? I apologize. So, with all that being said, this is going to be the race that is going. We're going to see how it stacks up for everybody. And like you said, there's only what 12 points. What did you say? 5 points between the top drivers.
20 points between the top five, between
Yeah.
first and fifth,
Yeah.
which is
So
not a whole lot of points
that
at
is
this stage
not
in the championship.
That is not when I think you get 25 points for first place, 20
For
for,
second,
yeah,
16 for third,
yeah.
and
So
then
it's
it goes down the order from there.
absolutely. So it's gonna be an interesting run in this race to see how it all goes. Let's go ahead and bring up our qualifying order and let's let you all take a look at how it's all going down. So on row one, we've got Turbo and myself, Presidio Dog, in P2. Turbo had a blistering qualifying time of 1:17.665, a full second faster than P2. I mean, that
Yeah,
just tells you
he is mighty quick. He's just
he's
so
so fast.
smooth and just scrubs barely any speed into all the corners. It's really impressive to watch, really.
Yeah, he's. I try to watch the replays and watch how the guy drives, and it's just going to take years of experience to learn to drive like that. All right, on row two are my pals, Francisco and Chica. That's the two of you guys, P3 and P4, side by side.
Not too far
Uh,
behind.
Yeah, not too
nope.
far behind. You guys had a difference of what was the difference there? It was I can't see it very well because my eyes are old. But the difference was like I think it was less than a tenth of a second difference in your
Right.
qualifying
I'm sure
times.
the viewers at home can see it perfectly fine, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
sure they can. All right. Row three is Vasco, your teammate, Joey Canoli in P5, and we have a wild card driver, Flow Gators, in P6. That rounds out row three. Um,
He won't be hard to spot on the grid. He's a very bright yellow and
Yep.
red car, sponsored by DHL,
yep,
a, uh, a Formula One sponsor. So that's gonna be interesting to see him on track.
yep. And you and your compadre won't be hard to spot because you'll be the bright pink ones. So
Correct.
there we
My
go.
my car is the one with the lime green additions, and Joey is the electric yellow.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, perfect. Well, all right. Let's look at row four in P7 and P8 is Bent You Over from Team Red Bull in P7, and Night Kid in P8. Both of them starting on the soft tires. I guess I've neglected to share that information about the other couple of rows.
Right. So the first was on medium. Presidio was on super softs. Francisco on softs. Shika also on super softs.
Perfect. All right, and then if I jump back one, Joey Cannoli and Flow Gators were also on softs. So the back of the pack is starting to throw on them soft tires. Let's see. In row five, we have in P9 we have J Rod from Red Bull on the super soft tires, and Cody, your teammate, the Kitchuation in P10, starting on super soft tires. So that's row five. And row six, we have Trology on Mercedes and Grasso in Ferrari. Trology is elected to start on the medium tires this round. Should probably just get them out of the way and call it a day with those. And the Ferrari is starting on the super softs. In row seven is Venom, the other Mercedes driver, in P13 on super softs. Uh, and then Black Widow on Ferrari in P14 will be starting on medium tires. And on the last row here is Igorski and Team McLaren. We didn't have a driver to fill in the 16th spot, so he'll be sitting there with nobody beside him on the grid. So he's probably feeling lonely, but he won't be lonely for long. That's for
Yeah,
certain.
and I don't think that's a bad position to start at either, considering
No.
the very first turn.
Right,
Normally,
right.
that first turn's known for chaos, people getting a little bit excited, maybe accidentally taking somebody out. So
Y'all are so
starting at last
cynical.
may not be a bad thing.
Right, you guys are so cynical. Really, we all just want to get a nice big group hug into turn one. Like, why is it
Well,
Is
always
that what it is?
hey
we're
man,
punting
we
and
gotta stay six
crashing?
feet apart.
Yeah, we
Remember,
gotta
nobody's got their mask on. We're all close together. I ain't about to get the Rona.
No,
get the
not like
Rona.
Sergio Perez.
Nice. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and let me get all the camera angles set up here working properly. We're gonna do this here. We're gonna do this here, and we're going to move along through our race. So let me clear out that guy. We don't need you anymore. We need racing. That's what we need. All right. So um, we're sitting here on the starting grid. Try to get the best captures we can for you guys. 15 cars, all going fast, and let's wait for the lights. And we're going to take a look from Sheikah's point of view here. Lights are on, and there we go. Green lights. All right, let's get a
Yep.
good start here. Now, oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Instantly splits the
Vasto!
Right through
D
the
and goes
middle.
into a defensive line.
Yeah.
Pretty
And it
clean
looked
through
like
the
we had
corner.
somebody getting, yeah, had somebody getting to the dirt there, but managed to
But
recover
other,
quite nicely.
yeah, other than
Yep.
that, the pack did go through really nicely. Turbo going off onto the apron a little bit, but just tucks in nicely in behind. And Sheikah just makes a move here on Presidio, but no, Presidio dives right back down onto the middle and takes that inside line on the exit.
Yep. And oh boy, we're going
Oh
three wide
boy.
already, ladies and
Right, let's
gents.
go.
This
Let's
is
go from Joey's point of view here, because this is looking chaotic already.
And
Oh
oh,
oh
everything
no!
goes
no!
around.
Oh, everything goes awry. Um, Unfortunately, it seems like there was only one car involved in that debacle. Now, I believe that was you, Presidio. So it wasn't enough for a red flag. So race on, I guess. But
Yep.
I'm sure Presidio was going to make his way through the pack if he had that kind of a lap time in qualifying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
That
yeah.
looks like somebody just went off in the final turn. Who was that? Was that I think that was Vinny. I'm on board with
It might
J-Rod
have
right
been.
now, just seeing where he's at. So let's go up to the front to Sheikah. He's running in third. He's got Turbo right in front of him, and he's got Night Kid right behind him, and Francisco's just pulling away.
Or he's trying to. I believe he knows that Turbo's on medium tires, so he's trying to take advantage of that. He knows that Turbo's quick, so if he wants any chance, he really needs to push and put a gap before Turbo goes into the pits. Inevitably, presumably lap 5, 6, or 7 to get rid of those medium. But
Sheikah
Chica's
makes
doing a
the
great job.
move.
Gets into second. Yeah, gets into second. Carries a beautiful line through there. And now he's going to take a nice wide approach, but flip the apex as he does. Go for a late apex, so that way you can get onto power nice and early into this corner. Now, this track, a lot of people love it or hate it, and it's usually because of this sector here. Depending on how good you are in this sector, is how much love you have for this track.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay.
Turbo moves up. Sheikah right behind him. Knight following suit. It's a train down
Yeah.
the tracks here.
Yeah, we got about it's about a 2-second gap, or less than that now. It's about half a second gap to Francisco, and about a second total between first and fourth.
Yeah, that's close. See, I'm going to ride on board here with Turbo now, who's in second place. And he's
Yeah,
got...
Flow Gators gets into the dirt there. Sorry about that, but recovers.
No. Okay, well, that's good.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, Turbo running around on those medium tires.
Yeah, Turbo and Francisco seem to be carrying about the same lines here. Francisco likes to take that one a little bit tighter, and that's, I think, to break the draft really more than anything.
Yeah, and I'm taking a look here because I'm seeing signs of steam. I originally thought it was a car, but looks to be Presidio Dog. He's already moving up here.
Right.
Moved up into 13th place. So.
Yep. It's a battle for 13th. Really and truly, it is a battle for 11th because Presidio has these 3 cars ahead of him now. Flo looks like he just got by. Got back that position. Oh, and Venom gets a little hot on the power there. Presidio decides to take the inside line, leaves just enough room. There was minor contact, but it was really, that was nothing.
Yeah, that was just hard racing.
Look at this like cinematic view here of these 4 cars just drag racing essentially.
They're all right there. Now this
camera.
corner is going to be a mess. What's going to happen here?
Yeah, Presidio's on the outside line. He's on the racing line. He must be confident that nobody's going to make a move on him, but he covers the inside very nicely, takes the apex, gets right behind Trology. There was almost contact, but Presidio was in total control and slowed down just in time. And it was a beautiful move there. So he went from 14th, really, a little bit of contact. I mean, he is on in 6 axis. It's a little hard to control, but it was good. It was good car control from Presidio to hold that. But like I was saying, Presidio did drop all the way to last position. He is now in 12th, fighting for 11th, possibly 10th up ahead. And in the meantime, let's go here to 7th place and watch Joey as he attacks Bent and J-Rod.
I'm on board watching from behind Joey here.
Right, this battle starting to heat up here. We're going to see if any moves happen into turn 1 into the slipstream. The pack at the front has split up, so we'll just keep watching this.
Yeah, now looks like Bent and J-Rod are kind of working together, bump drafting, trying to catch up to 1st through 4th.
Yeah, and Bent gets onto the inside line, beautifully moved.
That was a wonderful move.
A great move. Before J-Rod had a chance to block the inside line, Bent got there, and I think J-Rod got caught sleeping as he was getting bump drafted. He said, "Thank you very much," and he didn't realize that he was going to make
move
that
on
attack. Right.
Or was it team orders?
That's right.
A good point.
Yeah, they are teammates, so like I said, they might be towing each other around this track using each other's slipstream.
Bent in the blue Red Bull and J-Rod in the red accented Red Bull, just for the viewers to spot that in the aerial views.
Yep, and now I'm looking at a battle for 10th here. It looks to be between Black Widow and Trology, and now Venom. But Venom getting by Black Widow, going to the inside, trying to pass Trology. Trology defends his line, going into, looks to be, well, Black Widow just went out to the dirt.
Right, and why do we keep
Venom,
the cameras there? Turbo has gone into the pits. He's getting rid of those mediums in lap 5. Continue, sorry, Cody.
alright, you're good, you're good. Presidio is now in 11th. Venom is pulling away from the pack now.
Trology looks like he's
Trology
heading
looks
to
to be, yep, he is pitting. He's going to get rid of those mediums. And Black Widow's going to be pitting as well. Ooh, hits
Right,
the
so
wall.
Turbo went
into
into the pit and came out in 6th. So he's got quite a few cars ahead of him, but he is now on the soft tires. So medium tires are done for Turbo. Medium tires are also done for Trology. And now it's time to start to put in some hot laps. Mind you, he has been putting in some 119s, which, crikey, those are basically speeds that a lot of guys are putting on super softs. So that that already is a pretty early signs of correct.
Yeah.
Pretty early signs of what's to come. Back to you, Cody.
Yep. Well, I'm taking a look here. I don't see any kind of battles going on at the moment. I do see Presidio and Venom.
There does look like a battle for third.
bit.
In 4th place, Bent. He is getting close to Night Kid is getting close to Francisco, who dropped positions a couple laps ago. He ran wide, and Sheikah and Turbo pounced on him and just.
Bent's gonna make a move right here on Night Kid.
Here it comes.
Can he make the corner
Easy
stick?
pickings.
Oh, just closes the whole door up.
He did.
Right.
He did more than close that door, man. He slammed it and flex sealed it. Yeah, insert shameless product placement.
I was like, when's it gonna happen?
Yep, it happened.
Night Kid gets a penalty
Yep.
there.
1 second penalty,
Yeah,
boy.
it's very easy to cut that corner because you come with so much speed, and it's really just blind faith, really. I mean, you got to spot the exit, but just you turn like fractions a little early, and you just cut the corner, and fractions too late, and you go running wide onto the apron.
Yep, now we've got a battle here for 14th between Trology and Black Widow. Taking a look here, Black Widow, she's keeping up with Trology here, but Trology is just doing a very good job of defending his line, hitting his apexes, making sure she does not get through any kind of openings.
Right, I don't know if you guys can hear that, depending on what view you're watching, but I noticed that Black Widow into some of these fast corners, she's getting a lot more tire squeal than normal. So I think she's probably over rotating the steering. Something that I'm sure, I mean, she's a rookie in this league, so that's something that Joey can definitely attest to. That it's not something easy to get rid of, that habit, but it can be done. And oh, what a beautiful move!
Yeah,
nice move. That was a good move.
I'm surprised that Trology still got the end of that, because I think Black Widow was just a little cautious on the throttle. She didn't want to run wide, and she probably couldn't see where he was.
Oh, she's making her move now.
Yep, she's making the move.
Textbook maneuver there.
Gonna take 14.
Stay to the inside.
Let's see if she can hang it in there.
And she does. She holds the inside line, forces him around around the outside of the track.
Yep, and they're bumping,
she got
hitting.
She got a little slippery there, and inevitably there was contact. But yeah, let's look here at 7th place. Looking back, we got Vinny here has the situation and Joey hot on his tails into the last sector. They are close enough for a move into turn 1, so let's see what happens here. They are running super soft. Both Situation and Vinny are on the super soft tires, and Joey is on the soft tires.
Looks like Kitch is heading into the pits.
Looks like he does, and it looks like Joey used him for a little bit of slipstream and got right back out of the pit lane before that red marker. That would have been a penalty if he crossed over that. Yeah,
and Presidio is going into the pits there, get rid of the super soft.
Right, so that's
Venom into
3
the
guys
pits
now.
as well. Make it 4, because Venom just went into the pits. And actually, we're gonna make it 6. No, never mind. Black Widow trying to play some mind games here with Trology.
It
She was
almost worked
going
on me.
towards the pit lane and dived out at the last minute, trying to fool Trology into going into the pits.
Oh,
And take a look here. Oh, Trology.
goes really wide there.
Yeah, it is very wide.
I think he was still a little flabbergasted from that move she put. And he
Yeah.
just lost his brake point.
Now, meanwhile, we got a battle for second place between Bent and guess who?
Turbo!
Turbo. Yep, he
And
is
that's
in full
over.
attack mode.
As soon as you say it,
And
it's over. Almost.
nope. We got a drag race, folks. Drag race going down this straight. Looks like Bent
Usually
is
Turbo has
winning.
a really good transmission, so let's see how he does here.
Yep, and ooh, a little bit of contact.
Yeah, he was trying to tuck in, but just not quite clear. And
Yep.
here it goes.
Catches a little bit of
Bent brakes
slipstream.
later.
Yep. Turbo, meanwhile, brakes
Whoa,
early.
look at that.
And
That's
whoa.
the driving for those guys right there.
Yeah,
That's good
takes
stuff,
advantage
man.
of the door open.
Bent being one of our newer drivers to the league has definitely shown that he is not just a rookie driver. I mean,
Right. And it shows right there in that maneuver where he got 2 tires on the dirt and over the curb, it unsettled the car, and normally people would have probably gone all the way to the other side of the track. He held it, knowing Turbo was there. He gave him the respect a racer deserves. He gave him that position on the track, and because of that, there's no incident, and Turbo was able to capitalize on that mistake. So that was good fair play and great racing decision.
yep. Now, Bent's tires, he's probably going to go pit, I would imagine, because his front tires are pretty shot. Night Kid's gaining on him. My guess is Bent's probably well, maybe not. He's going to, oh, no, here he goes.
And it looks to me like Sheikah is going into the pits now, finally getting rid of the super soft.
Right, and following him is Bent and Francisco. So now we have a leader change, of course, because of that. We have, Turbo gets onto the grass after turn 1, or the Astro, I should say. We have Turbo in first place. 2.5 seconds back is Night Kid. About a second and a half is Sheikah. 5 seconds back is Joey. And the leaderboard is still updating because Francisco has yet to cross sector 1. There it is. Francisco is 3 seconds back from Joey. So these pit strategies now are shuffling up the pack, and we'll see what happens in a couple laps when it sorts itself out.
Yep. Now we've got a 3-way battle. We haven't talked much about one of these guys, but we got a 3-way battle for 10th between J-Rod, Flow Gators, and Presidio. And
and Presidio gets a move done there.
Yeah.
So Flow Gator has dropped position to 12th place. Presidio, remind you again that he started on the super softs, is now pushing on the mediums with a lower fuel level. Now has J-Rod just ahead of him, but he's also got a penalty he's carrying, so we've got to be careful to not pick up too many more, otherwise it's really going to hinder his ability to catch J-Rod. But J-Rod's doing pretty fine. He's also on the medium tires, about the same amount of tire wear, but has about almost a quarter of a tank worth of fuel more than Presidio. So we'll see how that plays off in a sec. Presidio is bump drafting his... I guess he's using the same tactic that Night Kid's been doing.
Yep, but Presidio goes to the inside here, coming into turn 1, and looks to me like, is he going to outbrake J-Rod and take 10th? He does.
And he did a great job to brake in a straight line and not move in the braking zone, which is very, very frowned upon in racing. In most situations, if it causes an accident, it will result in penalty. So that was great driving from both of them, keeping the cars nice and straight. And here we go into this beautiful hairpin. It's a tricky hairpin because you come in with a mid-speed corner, but when you get on the power, you just have so much grunt in second and third gear that it's very easy to lose the rear, especially this corner as well.
Yep,
and Turbo into the pits.
Yep. And
So
that's
he's
going to
going
allow
for short
Sheikah
hits.
to... Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and it looks like Sheikah's going to be taking the lead there.
Just a splash of fuel and some fresh
Oh,
Yep.
super soft
we
tires.
have, let's go to 10th and press the, oh, never mind, we can't do replay, but Situation did just spin on the last corner. He got swallowed up by two cars. He got swallowed up by Presidio and Venom. And now he's on being attacked by J-Rod, who inevitably is probably going to make this move stick unless Situation gets him behind and dives onto the inside. Let's see what happens here. All right, so he yields that position. He made a mistake. I think he's trying to just his tires are dirty, so he doesn't want to risk him to turn one. This should be clean now after that long straight to turn one.
Yes.
But let's just keep on board here and go up to Venom, and let's look back from Venom because it just gives you the speed that these corners really are, and how close really everybody is. It doesn't look like it, but on Fuji, it's such a fast track that these gaps are really not that far. It's you put one tire off track and have to be late on the throttle, and it's you basically lose that position.
Yeah, and now what's impressive to me is what position did Venom start again? Because I want to say he started, what, 12th, 13th?
Oh, I can tell
And
you,
he's...
he started in 13th.
Yeah, and he's already gained 5 positions in 14 laps. So this could very well be his best race of the season.
Right. I
So
mean,
we're gonna have to...
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to keep an eye on him and see
Right.
where he ends up.
I was talking with his with the Patronus team earlier this week, and I heard that they got a good. They finally found a good balance for the car, and I think they found something that Venom truly likes and can actually push to the limit. So I'm excited to see how he's going to finish this race because he has been finishing towards the rear, and it's not really indicative of his speed. So that's been kind of disappointing. But this race right now at the moment is definitely looking more like the Venom that we are used to seeing.
Well, if I might say something that is out of the ordinary in Formula One is Mercedes got a hand from Alfa Romeo for a tune for that car, and and as Venom goes off the track, I had to say something, didn't I?
Yeah,
Well,
And now
and
let's
the
go
other
here to seventh
weird...
place. We got a battle here for sixth
Yep.
between Joey and Ben. Joey carrying a penalty, but like I said, this track is very easy to pick up penalties in a couple corners. They're just so hard to miss. Joey goes to the inside, forces him to go to the outside. Great move because he would have been vulnerable into this corner. Forces him the long way around the track and comes out on top. Beautifully done by the BWP driver.
Yep.
yeah, nice
Great job.
So far the race at the front, Chica's in first, 3.5 seconds back is Turbo. But I believe Turbo put in the fastest lap last lap, a 16.1. That is ridiculously fast.
That is ridiculously
Of course,
fast.
that might have been super soft tires and overtake assisted, but you still got to be able to put in those laps. So that's not to take anything away from it. It's just the fact that he could pull those sort of numbers doing that, and some of the other racers are putting in, for example, Sheikah put in an 18.0, which is mighty quick last lap. This lap at 19.1. So it seems like Turbo just took another 2 seconds off of Sheikah, because Sheikah last lap did a 19.1, Turbo did a 17.6. So Turbo is pushing. Sheikah's going to have some trouble in a bit. Let's just jump up to Turbo real quick and watch that if we're not already there. Because let's just go on to into the cockpit and watch the way he just drives these corners. Note how he wiggles his steering a lot. That's not the bump. That's actually him constantly finding the grip. As he adds a little bit more steering, backing it out, adding a little bit more, backing it out, and adding a little bit more. So that way, the tires always maintain grip, as opposed to taking it past the grip and then pushing and sliding off track.
It's like watching Mozart or Rembrandt, one of these guys, painting.
Right, and every corner he just inching closer and closer. So I'm wondering, I'm excited to see really what this lap times would be from Sheikah and Turbo, just to see what the difference really is in the time gap, I should say, not the pace, but the time gap. So Sheikah goes across at 18.6 and Turbo another 17.2. So that's another 1.4 seconds quicker on that lap alone, bringing the gap down to 1.2 seconds. Remember, it was 2.8 last lap.
Well, let's see. Let's take a look back here. So Francisco's got Night Kid all over him. Going into turn 1 here. Or did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
meanwhile, it
both on
looks like
super
Venom
soft
and J-Rod has went to the pits.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Night Kid here has got some better fuel or better tire life than Francisco. Francisco going way wide, messing up one corner and then the next, and giving a freebie to Night Kid, while all at the same time, add insult to injury, picking up a half a second penalty.
Yep.
Yep.
Night
Now
Kid takes
we've
one
got
under. Oh, go.
and now we've got an official battle for first.
Yes, we do. Let's go to first place from Turbo. Let's go to third. Let's go to the aerial view.
Yep, I'm watching Turbo right now from the back. He's coming across the line side by side.
Let me tell you what, that's a Kodak moment right there.
Right? Yeah, it is. Who's giving up first? Oh, it looks like she could break later.
Right, because Turbo does have the right to the line. Let's see if she can do anything into the next the next couple corners with a little bit of a slipstream. Remember, the slipstream in these cars are double-edged swords. It does make you go faster, but also aero wash happens, so you don't have as much weight pushing down on the front. Or rather, there isn't a vacuum effect pushing the car down.
Turbo's pulled away close to a second and a half already by the looks of it.
Right, it almost seems like Turbo has almost another 5-10 miles an hour on everybody at every apex. And it's just part of the reason why he's able to put in these super fast lap times. He's found either, it has a lot more to do with his driving style than it does the tune, but he's found a balance between his driving style and the car's performance, and he's able to squeeze out just a couple miles an hour here and there at every apex, which adds up to, at the end of this straight, quite a bit. And it looks like Turbo is now about to approach some lap vehicles here at on lap 18, or start of lap 19, I should say. He's got a couple cars ahead of him. Sheikah has really dropped back. I think he might have got into the dirt somewhere, or on the grass, I should say, and had to lift. Because
he's also running out of fuel, and his light's blinking, so is Turbo's. So
right, but what I mean is just between this last sector and this one, he lost 3 seconds. So that's not due to fuel. That's due to something happened on track, and he had to recover.
And now we got lap traffic.
Right, here it comes. Gets by one nicely.
Yeah,
and we've got some Christmas trees up ahead, flashing in the distance. All the penalty systems. Turbo. Was that the first time we see Turbo make a mistake?
Granted, I would call that a mistake.
Yeah, it didn't look like a mistake. It just got unsettled. Really, that's it.
Now that's a mistake.
That one is a mistake.
Darn commentators
as of course he goes around behind him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That was massive collision there into the wall.
And into the pits, Turbo's gonna go.
Yep, and it looks like Sheikah's clawed back from that 3 second difference, and it looks like Sheikah is also going into the pits with him. So they both are about the same amount of fuel wasted, and they're on the same tire strategies currently at the moment. So Night Kid now, is he close enough? Let's go to Night Kid. Is he close enough to come out ahead of these guys?
And it doesn't look like it. Looks like the case, is it?
Oh, no, Turbo just came out ahead into turn 1.
Just
and
barely.
Sheikah is still in the pits. Francisco's now moved up to 3rd, and Joey has officially moved up to 4th. Sheikah has come out the pits in 5th with not sure who that was behind him, but it looked like, oh, it was a lap vehicle. Sorry about that,
Yep.
guys. That's why I couldn't find the order. I mean, there was somebody right behind him coming out the pits, and I couldn't get him. So yeah,
Now
it was 'cause
Sheikah's
it was a lap.
elected to go on the medium tire, so he's gonna run these ones for at least the minimum 5 laps, I'm sure.
Right. So he sacrificed that pit strategy to fill up the tank because he knows that that's all he needs for the rest of the race, roughly. Granted, if he does go back into the pit for fuel itself, it would be for a splash and dash. You know what? I think it's a wise strategy. We'll see how it plays out, but getting rid of the mediums, like you said, Chris, and then when he gets onto the softs, or super softs, I should say, because I believe... Did Sheikah do the softs yet, or has he been on super
No,
softs?
Sheikah has not used the softs.
Okay, so when he gets onto the softs, that's more where I was trying to go with the film. He's going to be on less fuel, and he's going to be able to put in super soft pace, essentially.
Indeed. Well, let's take a minute and to just to run down the order here. So
Yeah, now's a great time for that.
yeah. So
There's
in
not
first
really any
place
battles.
we got Turbo in the AlphaTauri. Followed behind him is Night Kid in the special edition Alfa Romeo livery, which pretty cool. In third place, BWT V Francisco, the beautiful pink Mercedes
with the green accent.
Yep. Sheikah in fourth in the Icon Motorsports slush. Is this the slushy one, the icy one? I can't.
This is the other half of the icy machine.
There you
Right,
go.
right.
There you go. Fifth place is the
okay.
Red Bull for a Bent.
And very close by after that is,
yes, right behind him
in sixth. You basically don't even need to change camera angles.
Yeah, I can basically see them both. I'm gonna kind of actually watch this one for a second because Venom is right there.
Yeah, Let's go on board with Venom here. I know he just lost a little bit of time, but let's see if he can get close enough on the slipstream and possibly aided with a little bit of over.
This might be one of the best positions that this Mercedes has been in the series this year.
Right. In terms of running order, I believe this is on his own merit, I should say, not from the leaders going into the pit and him staying in sixth for the first lap. No, he's been consecutively in this position. So it is a really great showing from him, and I think it just goes to show that when a good driver finally finds the grips to his car and he gets that balance the way he wants, he can finally start to push. Because up until then, I think he was just fighting the car, and he just wasn't. I don't even think he was having fun, to be honest. Now you can see that his lines are nice and tidy. They're crisp. He's hitting these apex beautifully done, going from curb to curb, using all of the track and super smooth. So it's good to see him showing his talent now. And not too far behind is Grosso in seventh.
Red Cow, baby.
Yep, is the Red Cow Ferrari. Running in a very respectable. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much what he's telling everybody right now. Besides going into the dirt. So after he gets done grazing, I was gonna say after he's done grazing there, he's gonna be going up to these racers, telling them to move out of the way.
Oh my lord!
Well, speaking of move out of the way,
I did it.
Presidio Dog is right behind him.
Hey, let's see if I can figure out a pun.
Presidio Dog's about to make a move.
Well, he's barking. He's basically biting at his ankles at the moment, trying to get the cow to move out of the way. So.
Yep, but little does he know he is barking up the wrong tree because Grasso is a fighter. Grasso, he's a bull. Likes to buck racers off. Not
more
saying that he punts them.
But sure.
Well, yeah, okay, that one fell flat. Anyways,
the joys of commentating live.
Oh, it's so much fun.
This is obviously not pre-recorded.
This is not pre-recorded.
As you can tell, sometimes our jokes fall flat.
They happen often. Now,
let's go to ninth place. We got Joey here. Since we're running down the order at the moment, we got Joey, and not too far behind him, I should say, is J-Rod, who's actually putting in a pretty good showing here, in the top 10 at the moment. Let's see if he's in the middle on a different pit strategy, I should say, to Joey. He's running the soft tires. Joey's on the mediums with about just over 3/4 of the tank of fuel, and J-Rod is just under. And then let's say about 20 seconds back, that can't be right, I think it might be a second time. It could be set 20 seconds, but it is Kitchuation in 11. Kitchuation looks like he is fresh out the pit, so that 20 seconds is probably because of the pit.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of doing his own thing at the moment. I mean, he's out in no man's land. He's got nobody literally in front of him.
Right.
Nobody behind him. So at this point, he's running his own race.
Right. Let's not forget the performance that Kitchuation put last week.
Yeah.
With starting in 13th position, climbing all the way up to 5th. I don't remember exactly where he finished, but he finished, pretty high up on the order. I think he finished 6th at the end of the race. So, definitely do not count the Kitchuation out. Otherwise, you're going to have a situation on your hand for sure.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Yep.
You had to get her in there. Well, so...
Oh, no, Turbo just gets bent out of shape as Francisco goes into the pit. Unfortunately, Francisco's in the pit and not taking advantage of it. But that's okay. Sheikah also goes to the pit, decides to get rid of his mediums, so he should be going on to his softs or super softs, depending on what he feels like.
Looks like
it is softs.
More on softs.
Yeah. So Night Kid actually comes ahead of Francisco because, remember, Sheikah, because Sheikah filled up and he just needed tires. Francisco needed to put in fuel. So that was a great strategy there. He jumped Francisco in the pits. It's a great job. Well thinking ahead, to be honest. Now Francisco's stuck here in 5th place behind Benchu over. He should be putting him moving quickly because he's got the super soft tires. And not to say that Bent's not a fast driver, but his super softs are a little bit more worn. So Francisco will be lining something up soon, surely. Meanwhile, there is also another battle for 2nd place between Night Kid and Sheikah. So there's 2 battles for 2 positions right back to each other. And soon enough, I think it's going to be a battle for 2nd, starting from all the way back in 5th.
Yeah, that's all those cars are just gapping up together from 2nd to 5th.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd place is catching Trology. So Sheikah is catching the Petronas car of Trology and I believe the wild car Flowgator up ahead. So Sheikah actually really lucked out in this regard because he caught them right at the beginning of the straight, was able to use some overtake, and these lap cars are not going to fight him to turn 1. So it really managed to break up that fight. Meanwhile, Francisco in 5th place puts a block pass onto Bentu over, and now he's got Night Kid ahead of him. So Francisco is now into 4th, passes Ben, and he's got Night Kid ahead of him, as well as a couple lapped vehicles.
Yeah, the lap traffic really plays a critical role in these races as the faster drivers catch up to them. They have to make quick work of them because the other drivers are in open air and able to drive all the corners the way they want to, and you got to get around these lap traffic quickly before these other drivers close the gap on you, for sure.
All right, looks like Night Kid is being held up by Trology. Trology is now... Oh, Francisco touches Trology a little bit. I think Trology was trying to move out of the way, but didn't do it in time. There's a little bit of contact there, but Trology is back on track, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. But he's just getting close to Night Kid now. I believe Sheikah lost a little bit of time. Not too much. He lost a little bit of time, though, but now he's behind Flowgator, so let's see what's going to happen here. Meanwhile, up ahead, I should say, is Turbo, who's already 34 seconds clear of Sheikah. So this battle for 2nd is the closest battle we have for the podiums at the moment. We have everybody else is pretty much within the 3 to 4 second gaps of each other. The closest is Bent, Francisco, and Night Kid. So let's look at this battle for 3rd place at the moment.
Yeah, and they're decently spaced apart. I don't think they're
Yeah, it's
far
not much of
enough
a
to where you
battle at
can't
the
get.
moment.
Well, it's certainly possible here we'll be heading into a battle for third, especially with lap traffic. We got flow gators, kind of in the mix there as well. Doesn't look to be holding anybody up except maybe Bent, but yeah, I mean, other than
Yeah,
that,
it was just
yeah, Bent seems to kind of get bent out of shape.
yeah. It looks like he just caught him at the wrong point in the corner. Francisco
Yeah,
caught him on the. He went around the outside, so
Oh,
that
Night
put
Kid
him
might be
onto the
making a
inside
move
of the
on
next
Sheikah
corner.
here. Here he
Right, he's
goes.
getting nice and close. Moves to the inside, pins Sheikah to the
Oh,
outside line,
oh,
and
gets a
goes for a
little
block
loose.
pass. Oh, he goes wide, and
yep.
Sheikah goes for a cutback underneath,
And
and just gets underneath him. Beautifully done, executed greatly. And look out now! Now Francisco, the pink Mercedes, is right behind them and carrying quite a bit of speed. This is a great battle for second place.
yeah, it is. Look at this battle for
Oh,
third is good
Francisco
too.
saw that mistake, uses the overtake to take advantage of that, and is going to take third place away from Night Kid.
Yep, and now we've got a classic battle for second place between, who else?
Both of
Sheikah and
yous,
Francisco.
both of yous
Yep.
guys, as Joey Canoli would say.
So Sheikah prefers to take that nice upper apron, that nice long line. Francisco likes that inside line back corner, but they both do this corner here perfectly. Francisco clips the apex, but almost ran him a little wide. I think the bumps kind of pushed him off the line that he was expecting. He's just outside of Sheikah's slipstream. He had to use a little bit of boost, but he's got to look down into that bottom corner. He doesn't got much left compared to everybody else. So at this moment, he's hoping for something, really. Hopefully somebody fills up his overtake, because he definitely doesn't want anybody to crash, that's for sure.
Let's see,
So let's
do we
go
have
down
any
the order.
other...
It looks like Sheikah given the overtake at the moment. It looks like he's got Francisco covered. Though Francisco has the tire advantage, not by much, because there isn't a huge difference between the super softs and the softs on this track. But it looks like Sheikah is starting to build a little bit of a gap. Francisco cutting the corner horribly. And as a result, somehow, there it is, there's the penalty. So let's go here to fifth place. Fifth is now chasing fourth with Bent and Night Kid. Bent looks like he might have one more lap of fuel, but his tires do not agree. So he might be going into the pit now. It looks like he is. He tucks in super early, so he's basically sold us that, sent us a postcard to let us know he's going into the pits.
Yep.
Beautifully done. And we got a battle here. Let's go to situation in 11th place between him, J-Rod, and I believe V. Grosso in 9th. They're getting nice and close. Their pit strategies are all different. So J-Rod just came out the pits. He elected to go to the soft, so he's getting rid of the soft tires. V. Grosso is on a similar pit strategy in terms of tire wear, so they probably pitted at the same time.
Yeah, and it looked like Kitch was about to go for an overtake there on J-Rod.
I know, I was about to say
Yeah.
something too.
Ooh.
It did look like that, so I kind of quieted up. I wanted you to take the realms there. Vinny Grosso up ahead fakes the move into the pits. Little does he know, J-Rod is not going to bite because he just came out the pits.
Kitch is doing a great job, though. I mean, he's trying to keep pace there with J-Rod. J-Rod's on fresh softs. 3/4 take of fuel there. J-Rod cuts the corner there a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a penalty for that.
I mean that one?
And he does.
Right.
Yep. Kitchuation, his tires are wore down quite a bit. But at the same time, he's running at about a 1/4 tank of fuel. So that kind of equals, in my opinion, it equals everything out a little bit. Not much, but it can certainly help, especially with turn-in and rotation.
Yep.
Yeah, let's take a look
So
here.
at the moment, just while you look there, it looks like Sheikah has taken away 10 seconds away from Turbo. So Turbo probably went into the pits last lap or so, because that gap was 34 seconds. It's now down to 23 seconds. Francisco is holding a 1.1 second gap between Sheikah and Francisco. Let's go on board there and just take a quick little look. They should be approaching this fast last sector, or this last sector slow, but the fast corner before the last sector, I should say. So he's still within his grasp. Within his grasps. He hasn't given up. Sheikah also is still, still pushing for life. This is a second place podium finish that he's fighting for at the moment. So he's not gonna give the fight up easily. And then 5 seconds back, 5.5 seconds back is Night Kid. The next battle that we have on track is that battle with Situation. But there's now a 5-second gap between him and Grasso, as well as a 14-second gap between him and J-Rod. So Night Kid goes into the pits. And yep, Cody?
Sorry there. It looks like we lost a driver. Looks like it's Trology. Had to retire the race.
Oh, no, yeah, we started with 15. We now have 14. So, correct. So, they must have had some issue, technical issue, of course. There's the world of e-racing or esports. Unfortunately, things happen like that. Hopefully, luckily he started the race, so he will still pick up points. We do give points to people who start the race because of technical issues. It's not your fault that your internet drops or anything like that, so you still pick up points in the order that you drop.
Now look at this. Venom is still up there in the top 10. He's running in 6th place right now. He's doing really, really well. Really happy to see him running up front. Presidio's not far behind, but
no,
not.
Presidio just came out the pits 2 laps ago. So his out lap was a 1:19, which is pretty quick. But Presidio was actually ahead of both him and Night Kid. So Presidio was in 5th, Venom was in 7th. So that's why that gap is there now. But yes, I completely agree with you. All 3 of these drivers, Night Kid, Venom, and Presidio, are doing great races at the moment.
Now, Venom's on his medium tires right now, so it looks like he's just trying to get those done. So he'll probably be in the pits, which would bring Presidio up a spot at that point. Because Presidio, had all the fuel for the rest of the race. So it was just about tires.
And again at the front, Turbo is now about to put Igorski a second lap down, I believe, unless Igorski unlapped himself during one of the pit stops. No, this is going to be...
Igorski just came out of the pits like 2 laps ago because he came out right around the corner where J-Rod was in turn 1.
Yeah, he just put him 2 laps down at the moment. Of course, he gives the leader his track position as the right. Yep. He is on the lead lap, so good power on him there. It looks like the battle for second has now truly gone in the favor of Sheikah, as Francisco is nowhere near the draft. He's basically hitting completely still there at this point because Sheikah is so far ahead. He's going to have to think of something later because there's still 11 laps to go. And there's still 11 laps to go, so we'll see if he can pull something off on the next stint. But at the moment, 1, 2, and 3 at the moment are decided for now.
Yep. I'm looking back here, just giving some love to our drivers that may not be having the best race that they wanted to have. I'm back here with Igorski right now. He's churning pretty consistent low 120s on his lap times.
He's between 20 and 23, which is respectable. I mean, this isn't an easy track. You can lose easily a second to 2 seconds just in the last sector alone if you're just not on it.
And then Black Widow is also running in. She's pretty consistent in about the 121 mark. She occasionally dips in the 122s.
Let's watch this for a little bit because there is a battle here, as you are saying that with Flowgator for 12th position. This is for track position. This battle here.
And
Oh, she's oh
yeah,
getting
gets a
dirt
little
saved
bit
all
it.
over the place,
slidey.
Does a
slipping
great
and
job of
sliding
saving it.
everywhere.
And goes to the outside
Yeah, that's
into the
just
grass.
that is the cynicalism of the last sector. You go off on one track and it doesn't mess you up for one corner. It messes you up for three, four corners. As you can see, her tires getting completely brown and then finally going back to black once they are back to clean. But in the meantime, because of that, Flowgator, I believe, gained 7 seconds. He was only half a second ahead. Now he's 7.2 seconds in front of Black Widow. So that's how much that mistake costs one person. 7 seconds. You make one mistake in one corner, and 7 seconds later, that's where you are.
Yeah, that's one of the things you have to be super aware of in these cars, especially in the Super Formula cars. You get a little dirt on those tires, that car will not turn like you expect it. I mean, it has all the downforce, big, wide, fat, sticky tires, but when you get the dirt on them, it's just, you got to give them a good 15, 20 seconds to clean
Right.
off before you start attacking corners again, like Flow Gators is about to do. He got some dirt on there, and you got to ease up and let it wear off a little bit, or you're just going to slide right off the track. I've done it. We all have.
Right, exactly. I mean, there's a visual cue when the tires do get dirty.
Yep.
They do like they did right there. They kind of do get a little brown, and then they go quickly, depending on how long you spend on it, right? Because these tires are upwards in the
Yep.
100 and something degrees Fahrenheit. So they do grip to the dirt real easily. So it's very easy to pick up a lot of dirt on the tires and then go into the next corner expecting to get rotation, and you get a whole lot of oversteer or understeer.
Indeed. Now looking at Grasso here, Mr. Red Cow in the Ferrari.
Who is not too
Not a
far away
bad
from
showing.
situation.
What's that?
No, not at all. I said who's not too far away from situation. Sorry, I just want to add that in before you
Oh yeah,
continue.
yeah. No, he's on his medium tires. Kitchuation is on super soft, so it's gonna be pretty hard for him to catch him and do much with him, um, just because of the tires. But
Right.
I
But
wouldn't count him out.
nonetheless, he
He's
is
pretty
looking.
fast.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for a top 10. That's for sure. I mean, in the last three races, he's been in the top 10, and I would say in the upper half ish of the top 10. So I do expect some great things from this guy, even if it's not necessarily this race, but many races to come in the season. I believe we still have what 11? Yes, 11 races after this one.
Yep.
12, including this one because it is not finished. But right,
Yep.
there's still a lot of races to go. Joey up ahead in ninth is now just caught up onto the coattails of J Rod. They do have lapped vehicle in front of them, who is of the McLaren Igorski. So it's going to be interesting to see if that plays a part into this part of the story in this race.
Yep. And now Venom is just, he's doing so well. Now, here's what's interesting. He's been running fantastic laps. All the cars have been in the top 8, 9 cars. Are all doing really fast laps. And look who's about to catch him. It's Turbo. Like Turbo's going to put like everybody from like lap
More
from
than
like
half the
7
field.
down. Yeah, he's just
Right.
he's killing it. But Venom's just gonna hang in there and do his thing. So
Right,
let's
and
see.
these racers that see this, unfortunately, yeah, it's you got to look at the positives, right? Like, okay, it sucks for going a lap down, but guess what? You have the race data now. You can watch, you can dissect what it is that they do. You got to do your homework after these races. See what is it that Turbo is doing. What can I implement?
Right.
There's always
Yeah.
something. Even if you take one or two things from each race, you're going to develop your skill, and that's why I love having Turbo here. Even though it pains me to say that it's so hard to catch him, but when you do battle with him, it's so gratifying because it just shows you appreciate just how quick he really is,
Yep.
and
As he goes in
and
the pits.
there's always something to learn. Is basically the moral of the story.
Now I'll bet you that pit stop
Oh,
that Turbo
let's
did
jump to
just
ninth place real quick. But yep, continue. Sorry.
the oh jump. I'm at ninth place.
Yep.
Okay. No, Turbo going in the pits was
Oh,
probably exactly
eighth
what
place.
Venom wanted to see. He's like, get away from me.
A beautiful move by
I think
Joey into turn one.
we just lost Presidio Dog. We now only
Yep.
have 13 cars on the track.
Presidio dog.
That was me.
Oh no.
Yep, I got disconnected from fifth place.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's, ugh.
That is
So
unfortunate.
that
Yeah.
means that means the only driver for Alpha is going to be in P5 at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, Night Kid.
Venom is right behind. Well, not necessarily right behind Night Kid. Now, what's going to be interesting to see is Venom is on soft tires, so he's going to be running those the rest of the race. He's got enough fuel to last. Meanwhile, Night Kid has just went in.
Oh.
He's going to switch. I'm going to imagine he's going to switch to super soft tires.
Yeah, I think that's
But
going to be a penalty, though.
And that very well could be a penalty.
That very well could be. That was all four wheels, all over the red. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure the stewards probably took a look at that and thought that there was nothing worthy of it.
Yep.
Well, he
so
came
now we
out
got a battle
just
for
ahead.
fifth.
Yep, came out just ahead of Venom. So now, Venom is on soft tires that have a few laps on them. Night Kid's on some brand spanking new super softs. So it might be a challenge for Venom to get around him. Not impossible, not at the least.
No.
Right,
No.
but challenge is the correct word.
Yep,
It will be a challenge.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah. But
And let's see if he rises to the challenge.
Yeah. And I was speaking to the race engineers and Venom himself before the race, and I had noticed he had a kind of a, oh boy, let's do this again. Just for frustration of finishing near the bottom. So he got a little bit of a coaching lesson there of keep your head down and just go at it.
Yep.
Dig in, get your positions,
And just focus on your own race.
Yep, run your own race, and whatever pans out, pans out. Now he did ask Williams for a tune, which I supplied him with one, and plot twist, he's actually using my tune right now.
Oh, he did. I thought he was using the Alpha tune.
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
he was using the Williams. Well, you gotta remember, he still owes a debt to Williams for trying to get him a different tune. So it didn't work out. I offered a 3-month exchange program, so got him a different tune, and it looks to be panning out great for Venom, which is
so
good to see.
hopefully he didn't actually put that tune on the car, so he doesn't owe two manufacturers.
Well, like I said, that was an exchange policy, so luckily he had the receipt. He didn't have to go full Karen on me, so it was all good. But no, I mean, in all seriousness, this is a guy who was partners with Vasco for the last 2 seasons, ended up winning Constructors Champions, and it wasn't solely because of Vasco. It was purely a team effort between Venom and Vasco himself.
You can't win Constructors all by yourself.
You can't.
Not.
It's impossible. So
as we can see in this league, Turbo, every race he shows up to, he wins. Meanwhile, the other teams are averaging a little bit more points. So we'll see towards the end. Let's not forget, G-Bub is one of the racers who was not able to come. Also, AlphaTauri. He had some issues he had to deal with and was unable to enter this race. But G-Bub is also a guy who is a rookie, and he's also learning quickly. So he's soon going to start, he's going to soon be giving that much-needed help to Turbo in the standings to, rightfully so, start moving back up the leaderboard.
Yeah, and G-Bub is a rising star. I mean, I worked with him last week on practicing his lines.
And while we talk about this, let's go up to 6th place.
Yeah. Let's go up to 6 here.
But
I'm actually watching, but
I've been watching. I was just going down the order, taking a look. We got 4 laps to go. So,
Yeah, but just give you a little sneak peek here of G-Bub. I'm sure he's going to make it to tomorrow's race. I've been working with him. He was a D-pad kind of player, so he races on a controller just as much as I do. Would use the buttons to gas and brake. I told him to learn to use the triggers, and let me tell you, he has become quick. He's become very quick. So
He's
it's
been
going to be
using a
exciting to
D-pad at
see.
X Bubbles?
And oh,
oh, who
Night
went
Kid
around?
spins.
Is that Night
Night
Kid?
Kid
Oh,
spins
Night
around.
Kid. Oh,
Oh,
and
Venom
Venom
steals
picked
the
up fifth
spot.
position.
Yeah, that
And
could very
it's
well be the nail in the coffin for
and it's
Alpha.
like I say, boys. I mean, sometimes you got to be fast. Other times you just got to be there. And if
Yeah.
you're not quick enough to be there, then you're not going to make up that position because Night Kid recovered mighty quickly. So had he been 2 seconds further back, Night Kid would have maintained that position.
Yep.
So, do we have any other battles going on at the moment? I wonder.
No, it looks like the only battle on track at the moment is for fifth position. So I'm gonna run down the order real quick for the time gaps. So Turbo looks like he put it into high gear. He's now pushed that gap, which last time we had said was at 23 seconds. It is now at 37 seconds. So those super soft stints. His last lap was a 17.0. Last lap for Sheikah was a 20.1. So that's how he's gaining that gap. He's just so much quicker than everybody else. Everybody else so far on this live timing screen, their last laps were in the 20s, 20s, 21s, a couple 18s and 19s. But for the most part, Turbo's been setting pace by himself.
Oh, Night Kid had trying to make quick work of flow gators and goes off the track, almost wrecked.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he managed to save
Regained his
it, but
composure. Yeah, regained his composure. That's good.
using up the rest of his overtake, or some
Right.
of it. Anyway.
So Sheikah in second, Francisco in third, 11 seconds back. 8 seconds back from him is Ben. 16 seconds back from Ben is Venom. 1.7 seconds as we see this battle going on is Night Kid. 19 seconds back from Night Kid is Joey. 13 seconds back is Kitchen. 4 seconds back is J-Rod. J-Rod just got passed by Vinny, so there must have been a incident. I think he must have gone off track because it was mighty quick. And then Flow Gator, 43 seconds back from J-Rod. Yeah, J-Rod's dropping back on the live timing screen, so he must have spun around, gone off track. That's unfortunate, but he's still in 10th position, and he's got about 40 seconds to 11. So at the moment,
Sorry,
unless Zeus himself comes down and blows out his lightning whirlers and all his electrical plugs and all that stuff, he should be finishing the race.
Now, Night Kid, who's running in 6th right now, is trying to chase down Venom.
There's
for
a battle
that
for
5th
11th
spot.
place.
Yep.
Battle for 11th place. Go to 12th, Black Widow and Flow Gator.
Well, I really don't think it's going to be a battle at this point.
No, it was a couple seconds ago.
It was just now, but looking at the tires, Flow Gators clearly has the better tires versus Black Widow.
Right,
Black Widow,
spot.
I think she's trying the strategy of taking less pit stops. I think on this track it just does not work out that way.
And just to add, Cody, I think she's also trying another strategy, which is leave your left blinker on, so that way you get a little bit more horsepower.
Oh, her blinker is on. Well,
Look at that.
But at this kind of track, though, at such a high-speed track with the high-speed corners, I mean, really, the only slow sector you have is Sector 3.
Right.
Technically
So this is the final lap. Let's go to first place. Turbo's about to cross the line. We almost... There he is at 18.5. So the fastest lap he put in was on lap 41, a 16.1. Sorry, Sheikah, but we were on the final lap and we didn't even realize it. So Sheikah's now in second. Let's go to Sheikah here. He's got Igorski in front of him. Let's see if he's going to pass him or if he's just going to allow him to stay only 2 laps down from the leader and not the second.
Pardon me. Heading down the line. P2. Checkered flag for P2. And P3, Francisco coming off the... last corner.
Yeah, last corner is my lovely. I'm gonna start saying rival now, which is Francisco. Bent is fourth
And here
place,
comes
coming across
Ben.
the
Oh,
line
look
there.
at this! Look at
Very
this
strong
battle!
finish.
Oh, they're banging
Oh,
each
Oh,
other, banging.
oh,
What is going
my
on?
goodness! Now they're inside of each other.
Ah!
My neighbors will probably wonder, what are you talking about?
oh, and he makes the
So
move thanks to
yep,
Gran Turismo's ghosting system.
Oh,
And
look at
yes,
that
that! Look
and
at that!
allows
using the
Oh!
overtake.
Oh!
who's gonna
Wow!
do
What
it?
a
Nice.
race!
Oh, and
Woo!
there you
Holy
go.
cow!
We didn't get all of the positions, but we're gonna bring up the positions now. Because that was such an exciting race, and everybody up until fifth position was lapped. Um, we only got to go down the order, crossing the line from first to fifth, or sixth, I should say.
Yep. So, pardon me, I have got something in my throat, you guys. I apologize. All right, so first place going down the finishing order, we had Turbo in first place on AlphaTauri with Shika from Williams in two, Francisco from BWT in third. I Bent You Over in Red Bull in fourth, and Venom in fifth place from Mercedes. And followed by that is Night Kid from Alpha, Joey Canoli in BWT, The Situation from Williams, and V Grasso in the Ferrari. And in 10th place was J Rod from the Red Bull team. Flow Gators, our wild card, first drive with us,
A great
P11.
showing.
Yeah,
It's a great
great
showing.
showing for indeed.
Yep.
And then we have the
The McLaren of Igorski.
we have the McLaren of Igorski, and we have the sorry, I'm hearing my music in the background. I can't turn it off, so I apologize for
Yeah, so in
that.
P13 we have the Ferrari of Black Widow. Presidio had a malfunction, engine damage or something of that sort for Alfa Romeo in 14th position. And rounding up the points in 15th is Tralgy, who also had that an incident, or not an incident on the track, but had a technical issue and was unable to finish. So if we go to the team's championship, Chris,
Yep. So
um,
team's championship points, we're gonna put us at.
Alfa Romeo is still in the lead with 234 points. BWT still in second, but not too far behind, only about 23 points away with 211. Rocket Williams, which is my co-host commentator here, Shika and Kitchuation with 191, and Turbo bringing some valuable points to AlphaTauri and is now in fourth place. Fifth, we got Red Bull, McLaren, Petronas, Mercedes, not Yamaha. That's a completely different sport. And Scuderia Ferrari in sixth place.
Yep.
Yeah. Now let's go to the point standing.
The table, yes, this is very interesting.
Yes, the points table.
And I hope
So
you guys
this is where
like
it's
the
gonna
way.
get good.
Right, I hope you guys like these new graphics that Chris has been working on. I think it looks really neat, and it looks really cool, in my opinion.
It adds a style of flair to the stream. I will
It
say
does.
that
There we
it's
go.
nice.
Flair.
I'm gonna let
Now,
you do these points and explain
yep.
all these different colors here on the board.
I'll be
All right. So
happy
what
to.
we got here? What we've got here? Right now we've got Sheikah sitting in first at 143 points.
Oh,
Francisco, if
let
you
me say something here. Hold on, real quick. It says Crimson right now, and
yeah.
I apologize. That's all this data comes
Spoiler
from
alert.
a sheet somewhere else. But Crimson and Sheik are the same person. Just making sure
Yep, they
everybody.
are the same person. Francisco's going to move up one spot, so that's where you see up one, down two. Obviously, you're losing positions, and you lose a certain number. So Francisco has now moved into the second spot at 132 points. Turbo has jumped up to third place with 129 points. So there's about a 14-point difference there between first and third. Very detrimental.
It's only
Presidio,
22
he's
points to fourth. It's a win
yeah, I
right
was gonna
there.
say 22 points to fourth. Presidio has dropped down due to technical difficulties during the race. Night Kid, Patriotic are gonna stay in 5th and 6th. Night Kid 113 points, Patriotic 90. Bent has went up a spot and is actually tied with Joey Cannoli for 7th place. They're both sitting at a very pretty 79 points.
Right.
J-Rod
And I was just going
and
to add, I think Bent has the upper hand because he has more podium
yes,
finishes.
Correct.
So that is why he is in front of Joey. Just so people know, it's not because they got them at the same time or anything like that. It's because
yeah,
Bent has podium position, so he gets automatically the lead.
yes, and J-Rod, he's going to stay in 9th at 58 points. Grasso has went up into the top 10 at 56 points. Trology 11th. Kituation's 12th. Venom is still in 13th at
Yeah,
43
they
points.
both stayed in 12th and 13th, but
Yep,
let's not forget these two guys just put in some great showing. A situation
they
that's two
did.
races in a row. Venom this time scored some massive points for the championship, so they are very shortly they're going to be challenging Trology. So Trology and Grasso got to start looking backwards a little bit while
Yep.
looking forward.
The
Yep,
guys
and
are
right
not far
now,
behind.
yep, and now we're going to get to the mix there of our regular and wild cards. So, I mean, our wild card, Dr. Fast Thumbs, he's still going to remain 14th at 26. Igorski has went up a position and to 15th at 19 points. Supermax will be at 17. He is a wild card. Dragon Eagle was one of our regulars. He had to
Was
drop out, unfortunately, as well as One Wing and Apex.
Yep.
And then we have the rest of the wild cards, and then G-Bub, who
Yep.
would have scored points this race, but unfortunately is in 24th place with 2 points. But that should be going up. So it's great. I like this graphic because I think it gives the racers a real chance to look at the numbers, see who their rivals are for the next race, and focus on trying to come in front of that person because these points are mighty close from. I mean, everywhere you look, really, there's not big difference between any of these numbers.
Nope, there's not. So, wow, that was a pretty eventful race. And coming up next, coming up next, Red Bull
Oh
Ring,
boy.
wet. Oh, it's raining in Austria, folks, and we all got
It's
to try.
it's more like a light drizzle. It's not
Yes,
heavy wet.
that's true.
There's different parameters people use for rain and light drizzle, and I'm gonna tell you, it looked like a hurricane just went through that track.
It did. There's puddles everywhere. There's still water
Yep.
falling out of the sky. So,
Yeah,
I
it'd be
mean,
no different than the folks in Ohio saying, yeah,
right.
there's 60-mile-an-hour winds. Everybody's calling it a tornado, but we Ohioans just call it spring.
I guess that's the same mentality here. We here north of the border are used to snow, so those slippery conditions, it's a light drizzle. That's nothing to worry
you
about. Give
guys
me the
just a light
Yep.
slicks.
drizzle.
Give me the slicks.
Just flurries.
Yeah. Well, hey, gentlemen, I appreciate everything, and thanks for taking the time to spend and sharing your thoughts and opinions on the race,
Right,
and just racing with you guys is really a fun time. For the
right,
rest of
right.
you watching, come check us out, rwbracing.com. We're all over social media places.
Yeah,
Obviously, you can see us on our Facebook page, uh, and you can see our website at www.rwbracing.com. And you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter are coming.
yeah.
Just keep an eye out for those things. And
Yeah, and keep
And
an eye out for us in ESGT, by the way.
oh yes,
yeah,
yes,
we
of
are
course.
we are coming. But I would just like to
Yep.
say, try to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our videos if you enjoy watching them. So we know whether we should keep doing this stuff because we enjoy doing it. We do it really more for ourselves, but it's great to know how if you guys like as well. So please like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do appreciate everybody that's watching, and the more subscribers we
Yep.
get, the more racers we can help develop. And come race with us if you're tired of the daily grinds and the daily races and getting punted off tracks and everything else. Come on over. we're here to make racing a lot more fun. Absolutely. Once again, gentlemen, thank you so much for everything.
Yep.
And
Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks, Cody.
all right,
Yep. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Vasco.
all right. Thanks, world.